Nowadays, we live and explore the world from our home, a Leopard 45 catamaran we call Liger. But if you take a look at our channel, you'll also see a yellow inflatable that we found in Trent's grandparents' shed and took to Thailand, and a blue and white bunker style fishing boat. Now, that fishing boat was the key to one of the most incredible life experiences we've ever had. Here's the story of the month we spent as owners of a traditional Filipino bunker boat. In late 2017, the three of us took off on what was going to be a year-long backpacking trip. Our second stop was the Philippines. After a week exploring the island of Cebu, we flew to Palawan and made our way up to El Nido. The afternoon we arrived, we went for a walk up the Korong beach, and Trent decided he wanted to buy a local boat. Tynan and I were in, and within 24 hours he and Trent were riding our hired scooters to the nearest fishing village looking for a boat to buy.
That's the boat owner.
Straight
to the corner?
Yeah.
Straight, alright. Tynan's gonna go on a grand adventure that way with the boat we just bought for $500. Hey, how you going, Tynan?
Yeah, alright.
Oh yeah? They're saying, Tynan, that you went too far to the left. You're supposed to go that way, but you went that way. I'll show you later. And we think it's hilarious. But we're staying here in case we need to call Sea Rescue.
With nothing more than an offline Google map, directions he quickly forgot, and a boat we really knew nothing about, Tynan managed to get himself across Bacuit Bay and back to El Nido. We spent a few days giving our new vessel a bit of TLC before setting off on our first expedition.
So, what are you about to do, buddy?
Fill a boat up and go to a beach. Nice tropical little beach.
Oh, how much did the tour cost you?
Pardon?
How much did the tour cost you?
1,500 pesos.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Oh yeah, you're gonna pay me 1,500?
No. I drove the boat back by myself.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Free tour.
We've got our, not all our oil, we've got our water, petrol. We've got our bags ready to go.
Yeah.
This is our boat that we bought. Just sail out across there. And go island hopping from El Nido. This is the burger shop owner, Terry, who's been helping us out. What do you reckon, Tynan? Watch for sea urchins. Here we are, leaving El Nido. This is our camp where we stayed last night. This is the beach that we slept on. It's low tide, so the coral's sticking out, or just below the surface, and the weeds sticking out. So, Tynan and Wombat. This is what happens when you use one hand to stab the other hand with a kitchen knife.
I didn't stab it, it's kind of like it slipped and I grabbed it, but you grab the handle, not stab it.
Oh, look, we know there's no fish around, but you don't have to go eating your own fingers.
I'm hungry.
Anyway, this is the island tour on the fishing boat bought and built and the fishermen. That's our last campsite on that tropical beach. Night number 2, Entula Island.
After another beautiful night under the stars, with fireflies in the air and bioluminescent plankton in the water, we packed everything up, left the beach as we found it, and headed towards 2 of the most iconic places in Palawan, Big Lagoon and Shimizu Island. After the success of our first trip, we settled into a pattern where we would spend a few days out on the islands, camping and exploring, then head back into El Nido for a few days of restocking and resupplying. During one of the trips back to El Nido, we decided to climb up the peak behind the town.
This is the one that you've got to ask the locals and climb past a bit of wood. Big cliff there. Just come up over the edge. Smile! You're going up there. Wind's very strong. Tynan. Hey, Jan, let me take your head out. Move the bush. Can you put it back now? Hey, Jan, buddy.
Oh, you know, just
Bit of a drop down to the town, eh?
So we have survived climbing Taro Cliff in El Nido, but some of us didn't quite survive as much as others. But hey, at least I can unlock my phone Unlike Trent and Tynan, whose fingerprints are a little damaged after that one.
Show us the back. What have you been doing all day?
Climbing mountains.
And what are you playing on your phone?
Hill climb.
Show us your phone. Show us your phone. Come on, let's see
I
it.
just died.
Come on, let's see it. Turn it around, you sicko. Come on, you sick puppy. Hill climb racing.
A few weeks into owning the boat, we decided to push the limits of what we and it could do. Instead of staying inside the relative safety of Bacuit Bay, we waited for a weather window and headed out into the South China Sea, motoring 17 nautical miles south to the Malabina Sound in Tay. Little did we know how inspiring that trip would be.
Open ocean. Turn left, Tynan.
In a word, the first night in this beautiful paradise was terrible. Stormy, with torrential rain and lightning. It turned out the island was infested with rats and we were just in mosquito net tents. But as the day broke, we woke up to blue skies, calm seas, and absolutely no sign of what had happened the night before. Shortly after, a boat full of locals pulled up to the beach and disembarked. It turned out that it was a reunion of high school friends, some of whom had stayed in the village, while others had headed overseas to work on cargo ships. We talked, shared food and drink, and at the end of the day, they took Trent and Tynan shopping at the local market and then off for some obligatory karaoke. It was one of those unexpectedly perfect days that we will never forget, and we hope to see them again when we take Laga back to El Nido. As we started motoring back to Bacuit Bay, Trent spotted something that changed the course of our futures. At that point, he'd long held the dream of owning a boat to explore remote parts of the world, but without too much thought had assumed it would be a metal monohull. But as we passed through Limenkong village, he spotted 3 catamarans rafting up together, which we now know were lagoons. He was struck by how flat they sat in the water and the shallow depth in which they were able to anchor. He immediately thought, that is what I want my future to hold. We continued motoring, and about 4 to 5 hours later, we arrived safely back in El Nido.